The torque converter plays some key roles within the propulsion system. It uses rotational output from the engine to create rotational input to the transmission. It can act as a clutch to engage and disengage input into the transmission, and it can also increase the amount of engine-created torque that is delivered to the transmission gearing. In Allison 1000, 2000, and 2400 series torque converters, fluid fills the torque converter cavity through a center-drilled hole in the turbine shaft. Fluid flows between the converter front cover and the lockup clutch disc. Blades in the engine-driven pump throw fluid over to the blades in the turbine. Fluid leaving the turbine is directed through another set of blades in the stator. The angle of the stator blades redirects fluid back to the pump. This is how the torque converter multiplies torque by providing an additional boost of power to the pump. This condition is known as vortex flow. A one-way clutch design has prevented stator rotation during vortex flow, but when fluid starts contacting the other side of the stator, the clutch releases and the stator is free to rotate. It no longer increases torque by redirecting fluid back to the pump. Instead, all three elements, the pump, turbine, and stator, all begin to rotate together with the mass of constantly recharging fluid in the converter cavity. This is known as rotary flow. Even in rotary flow, some slip still exists between the pump and the turbine. The lockup clutch makes the converter 100% efficient. When the transmission controls sense the appropriate conditions, fluid flow into the converter cavity through the turbine shaft is stopped. Inward flow is now directed through what was once the converter outpassage in the stator shaft. The original converter in passage is exhausted, and the new converter in passage charges the converter and forces the torque converter lockup clutch against the front cover. The front cover is rotating at engine speed, and the torque converter lockup clutch is splined to the turbine shaft. The result is a direct one-to-one mechanical connection between the engine and transmission turbine shaft.